which is more so true. I mean that the battery compartment is bad. And it is okay. So now the charger did turn off, but that is mainly the case. At the compartment is or the I did say the battery was thing. I didn't fully charge it, but from what I saw, it was like dead. So the battery could be, it's like still like dead. It wasn't like, and I did have it plugged in for like a good 10-15 minutes. So I was testing it. Didn't like increase like any bit, but I only paid $1, luckily. So yeah, I did sell for $6.55 plus ship on offer. Someone offered me that, and I know what they doing. I did for $79 for watchers, but you know what? It was as is, and it was like you're basically selling this thing for parts. Is essentially what you're doing. I mean, yeah, sure, I could say, well, because you're essentially selling it for parts when this hinge is broke. I didn't see that when I bought it, but I still would have bought it for $1. I mean, I've sold these odd-end portable DVD players. I sold one, and it has like a bunch of scuffs on the screen. And some scuffs on the back, a bunch of scratches and scuffs. And the battery compartment is kind of beat up. You can see it is open right here, so. And I mean, and the battery might be bad, it might be shot, but you kind of are essentially selling this for parts when you're like, like you can see right there, essentially you are selling it for parts. Because if the battery is bad, sometimes you buy a new battery for this, buy a generic battery for this that fits in here. And then they might have to, and they always have to have this plugged into, the outlet, or this, which is not their car charger, which does eat up battery, probably in their vehicle. And then they're going to have to, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to, replace the hinge if they want to. Because, I mean, eventually probably what's going to happen is it's just going to bust all the way. I mean, I don't know what this hinge is for. Maybe this is hinged, looks like the hinge holds this here and this, I believe. But maybe it just holds the battery in place so that the battery's exposed all the time the hot battery is. Maybe so. I'm not really for sure. But it looks like it holds this and this. So I mean, I'm just going to leave it. Because I'm not really an expert in this. It doesn't really suffer much if I replaced and went through all the hassle. So I'm just going to sell it as is. So I just kind of sold it as is, essentially. Which I'm okay with some stuff as is because I don't like if it's worth like a fortune. Like for example, if it's something like I can test and say it's like electronics. Like if I test them and I can spend that few minutes of testing or a few minutes of say buying like DVD minus R's for that DVD recorder. I made like $50 and I only paid $7 for 5 of them. So I can fill them up, fill that 5-pack up on testing, say spend 30 seconds a minute testing each one. And then there's 120 minutes, like, say for example, a 120-minute video. Well, I can spend, say, what is it, like a minute, say, of testing. I test 120 of them. Or like 30 seconds each function. They have multiple different recording settings. So I still have like 240 tests I can do, or 120 tests if I do a minute test. It just depends, But I can do about. So it's like a no-brainer investment. And that's if I knew how to fix it or if I had batteries, but I'm not gonna spend all that time on like a low-end model. Maybe if it was a higher-end portable DVD player, I would, but